My name is Brady. I'm an author from Los Angeles, California. I've been drawing since I was about 3, and I've always had a passion for horror, among other things, especially werewolves, which kind of brings me to my endeavor to pitch to you today.
My name's Shay. I'm an artist from Salt Lake City, Utah, and all of my artwork pretty much revolves around dark arts, horror, and this is the perfect medium for me to express my artistic endeavors.
Which again brings us to our pitch, which is the Book of Grey graphic novel. The Book of Grey is a project that I've been working on for about 10 years now. It started out as a novel that I wrote, which is currently available on Amazon.com. We're here again to pitch it as a graphic novel. When I met Shay, we wanted to kind of collaborate and make something very visual to portray the darkness and the overall grittiness of this story. The whole point behind the Book of Grey is to redefine a genre, which is the horror subgenre of werewolves.
Brady approached me at a roommate's birthday party, and he asked me about collaborating on producing a graphic novel based on a novel that he's already produced. The imagery was so damp and gritty and disturbing, and there's even a little bit of romance in it, which makes it perfect for a gothic horror story made into a comic book.
Alright, the Book of Grey, when I originally wrote it, and its design was to really bring the glory of the werewolf horror subgenre. I really wanted to portray a very realistic side of that genre, that story, that design, as accurately as I could. Because let's face it, the last 20 years of literature and movies haven't been all that good, except for Gettysburg, that you should read. So the Book of Grey, again, when I wrote it, the main thing that kind of portrays and carries it through the massive timeline that we have, which is pretty much from the 1800s all the way until the 2300s, is the main character, which is Schooner Grey. He's a very important asset to this pitch and this project. Everything about the Book of Grey is character-driven. The writing behind it, even the art, is very character-driven. Everything revolves around the main character and those associated with him to really tell the story, because that's the best way for us to understand and relate to it. But of course, there's werewolves. It has a lot to do with the struggles, the pains, the misery. There's a lot to it. There's even a little bit of romance, as Shay had mentioned, that keeps us attached to it, and again, in a humanistic way. The graphic novel will tell the end of the 1800s into World War I and into World War II, which there's a lot of content there, which really hasn't been seen except for a few bits of authors out there who have touched upon that kind of idea. But this isn't Twilight. It's dark, it's gritty, there's blood, there's gore, but it's very realistic. The Kickstarter is a great way to get people behind the movement, which is really what this is. We want to get people behind the project, push what we're trying to do, and spread it, obviously. First and foremost, I want people to be involved with it and support the horror community and what we're trying to do with it and what we're trying to portray in the Book of Grey. We have a lot of cool rewards for you guys. A lot of them are very, very, very cool. But we just really want you to be a part of the Book of Grey. That's really what this is about.
For the past 4 years, I've been preparing for this. I've studied the darkest of the masters. Caravaggio founded Tenebrism. Mike Mignola, the simplest of the best comic book artist. Jason Shawn Alexander, I love his dynamism, and Giacomo Balla is the futurist. I just love these artists, and H.R. Giger, rest in peace. I want to take what these artists did for comics and for fine art and take it one step further with the Book of Grey. Our goal with this Kickstarter campaign is to fund issues 1 and 2 and distribute them, and then go to somebody who can help us distribute the rest of this project without having to come back to Kickstarter.
Thank you, everyone. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and obviously on thebookofgrey.com.
hide.